So I want to fold that into a book that I started reading recently called The Three Marks of Manhood. And it's a Catholic author by the name of GC Dilsaver. And he is a Catholic psychologist. And the theme of the book is Catholic patriarchy, the leadership in the home by the father, and how important that is, and what he sees as the need today for this of Catholic patriarchy in the family. And he backs this up with a whole lot of magisterial teaching of the church all through the centuries, since the beginning. And so I want to jump into the book around this area where he talks about the theme of the talk here. And he starts off with this idea of leadership. And when it comes to a Christian Catholic as a leader, there's a bit of a paradox, or almost a contradiction. Because historically, he says, Christian leadership was built upon or intermeshed with secular leadership. And the paradox there is about a Christian as a leader. He says there's a radical, essential difference. We look to the Gospels, and what does our Lord say? He says, whoever wants to be first among you shall be the servant of all. So there is our image that we are to follow. Our Lord crucified. The ultimate paradigm of the Christian ruler is Christ, he who paradoxically becomes both king and suffering servant. If it is Christ-like sacrificial headship, then that is the specific difference for Catholic patriarchy, or I call it, who in particular in marriage, which a lot of us are married men. He says, he quotes St. Paul. Family patriarchs are called to love their wives as Christ loved the church and delivered himself up for it. Then he gives us a further paradox, a further bit of a contradiction. In addition to the paradox of the ruler who is also a servant, there's the one that allows the Catholic patriarch to be strong and uncompromising in the service of God, noble in comportment, and bearing as befitting his office, yet at the same time humble and meek.